Hey everybody, it's David Knight. It's another episode of OK Boomer, and today we're talking about empathy. Hey guys, David Knight, OK Boomer. Again, thank you to Josh for hosting me. And if you want to subscribe, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell for notifications. Hey, let's get into it. It's been a week or two since my last episode. Really want to talk about the word empathy. Just as we thought that, the world was getting through COVID and what that meant for everybody. Obviously, each impact is an individual piece. And then here in the US, we've run into, again, some really tragic social issues. And I just really, it kind of hit me pretty hard over the last couple of days. And I just wanted to really shine a light on the word empathy. I love that saying that I heard as a young boy, walk a mile in another person's shoes. And I think this is really something that we need to take to heart as individuals. And it really plays well through the workplace, plays well through, your personal life, family, friends. And when you see the news and you run into kind of social issues or have a conversation with anybody, I would just encourage you guys to really put that word empathy at the top of your list, just to kind of think through. Like, we're all very good at putting up a facade. We're all doing that to protect ourselves from all sorts of things. And unless you really sit back and just try and understand, and granted, you'll never really understand what's fully going on in the other person. But take some time to really try and understand what's actually going on here. Life is complicated. Humans are even more complicated. So if you can scratch the surface, build a relationship, and really try and put yourself in the other person's shoes to see what's going on so that you can have a conversation, right? That you can try and understand if there's a breakdown. You can try and understand if there's an issue that you're trying to deal with, that you're on a more of a kind of level playing field, that you can understand exactly what's going on in this other person. I pulled a couple of pieces of information here that I wanted to read to you. And so there's a really big and important difference between the word empathy and sympathy, right? So when you think about empathy, it says it's a term we use for the ability to understand other people's feelings as if we were having them ourselves. Right? Again, so, we're all about feelings. So, we're both emotional and rational. And as we've talked about previously, most decisions are made on an emotional basis, right? Most behaviors and actions are actually derived from emotions, not rational thoughts. So are you really understanding those other person's feelings? Are you really taking time and even preparing for that conversation, right? If you're having a heart-to-heart with an employee, have you spent time preparing for the meeting where you've tried to gain more information with people around them? Have you actually sat down and tried to think what actually is going on in this person's mind and body? So again, empathy is what I just read to you. Sympathy, on the other hand, refers to the ability to take part in someone else's feelings, mostly by feeling sorrowful about their misfortune. And that's not really what I'm talking about here. I don't think it helps to feel sorry for somebody's misfortune. I think it helps to understand what they're going through and, importantly, derive a plan to help them move forward. Not feeling sorrowful, right? Understanding what they're doing and then helping them move forward, right? Let's not be sorry about the situation, as bad as it can be, but let's put an action plan for people to move forward. So hopefully that's clear. So empathy, very important. It's the ability to understand other people's feelings as if they were ourselves. So literally step back, take your shoes off, put their shoes on and walk a mile, right? What are they going through? You can either do that, through asking them questions or just intuitively understand what's going on. If you're good at observing people's behavior, you probably can get some pretty good insights if you think about it. I looked up that statement that I said I learned as a young man, right, which was walk a mile in someone else's shoes. So the full idiom is before you judge a man, walk a mile in his shoes. And it was actually credited as a Native American saying. Obviously, it was walk a mile in his moccasins, right? But again, love, the sanctity and the connection with the earth of the Native Americans. But it's really about, again, a plea of empathy that you put yourself in my shoes as well as put yourself in his or her shoes. So, again, I just think as we reflect on our journeys, right, as we reflect on what OK Boomer is about, it's about helping different generations in the workplace. It's trying to give some words of advice as we maneuver the workplace, as we maneuver our personal lives, and as we maneuver society. So again, this is nothing political. It's really about let's understand and let's not judge, right, other people until we've really understood the situation. So my request of you all is to spend a little bit of time today, right? Sit back, find a quiet place. Highlight issues that you are trying to deal with, whether they're broader society issues, trying to understand what's going on, whether they're personal issues at home or with your family, or importantly, if they're in the workplace, as we bring people back to work, understanding some of their potential reservations, remotivating them to really, get moving as business is really opening up. But spend a bit of time today. Maybe get out a pen and paper, write some things down. But if you have an issue, if you have an opportunity with an individual or a group, spend some time walking a couple of miles in their moccasins, and then give yourself an insight and go forward and have some great conversations. Anyway, over and out. Again, thanks to everybody. Listen in next time, but write that word empathy down and just let's get some miles walked in other people's shoes today and forevermore. Cheers.